Well, good day, good morning. It's a beautiful, rainy, wet. It's not raining right now, but it was raining. Morning. I'm off to Walmart to pick up some ingredients to make a Tuscany chicken dish. But what's rambling around on my brain today? Well, I'll tell you. Uh, this inflation is just kicking butt. All right. So Atlas, he's allergic to air. So, we're limited in disposable income. It's not like our past lives where we had unlimited disposable income. We don't have that now. And a lot of that's due to inflation. And I know some of you are going to say, yeah, that's crazy. We got the best economy in the world right now. No, we don't. And you're fooling yourself. And here's why. I took Atlas in took him down to our local vet to get an allergy shot. Now, all I really wanted was him to get an allergy shot because I've been procrastinating it for about 90 days. He just chewed himself to pieces. Well, I finally took him down there. And usually I get Atlas Apoquel. Now, before we'd get a prescription of Apoquel for Atlas, and about 40 tablets or something like that. And it was about $60, which it's expensive, but it is what it is. I was accustomed to that. Well, not only I don't know who this vet lady is. She had to be in her 50s. I don't know. First of all, the whole atmosphere and environment of our vet clinic after Russ retired has changed dramatically. It truly has. I mean, it used to be very warm, inviting. You knew all the people. They knew you. It was, for lack of a better word, it was a pleasant experience. Well, to me, personally, it's not anymore. It's cold, it's sterile, uninviting. I mean, even Atlas was shaking and shivering. So I would assume he was feeding off of my emotions, because I'm like, I don't know what these people think. We're in New York City, and there's hundreds of thousands of people that come in here. No, that's not the case. Anyway, so I'm sitting there with Atlas, and this vet lady, she's like, well, we could do a thyroid test on him, and I said, well, is that a free service? She goes, well, no. I said, well, I don't want it. Well, so finally she gave him the shot and filled the Apoquel, and she says, well, we can give him an antibiotic for his skin. And I said, well, how much is that? About $15. I'm thinking, okay, well, that would, I budgeted about $120, basically, is what I was budgeting for this shot and Apoquel, and of course the vet time. Well, the assistant fella came back in and he said, well, it's $21 for the antibiotics. And he says, that'll bring your bill up to $220 something. I said, wait a minute. I said, $200 and something? I said, well, I don't want the antibiotics. He says, well, then your bill's $203. I said, what's gone up? He says, well, the Apoquil's over $100. I said, over $100? That stuff has gone up $40. Now, I understand if your supply chain has raised their prices, you're going to pass that on to the customer. I understand that, but $40, $203 later, and then I take Atlas out, put him in the van, come back in, and the same gal that checked me in, she says, "Can I help you?" I looked at her, I says, "You have absolutely no clue who I am, do you?" She says, "No." I said, Atlas. Atlas. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm like, oh my God. It's not like there were hundreds of people in there. There were 3 people in there. And she had no clue who I was. No clue. And I'm like, okay. I paid my bill and left, and I'm like, what's going on here? So I just, bottom line is my personal experience with our vet clinic. It's night and day as it used to be. Before when Russ was there, and I understand why they changed this policy, but when Russ was there, you didn't have to pay. You had an account, and you'd pay on that account. And typically, because you didn't walk in with all that money in your pocket, they would allow you to pay on time, which was fine. But they changed that after Russ retired because, people weren't being responsible. They weren't paying, they broke the trust. And I understand why they changed that. What I don't understand, I even went in and paid my dead sister's account off. So it's not like we weren't being irresponsible. In fact, we would make maybe 1 or 2 payments and then we'd just pay it off, because that's how we handled it. But they changed that, but the problem is they didn't make exceptions to the rules. You're in a small community, okay? You're not in New York City, okay? You're in a small community, so your business model, in my opinion, my personal opinion, needs to adapt for that. And even in my business, I had customers that absolutely you can pay half now and pay half later. I trusted them to pay their account. There were other people I'd give them a shot, and they wouldn't. And no, you're going to pay up front. So I made the decisions based on the customer, and but they don't do that here, except for those folks who have cattle, horses. Their sign says that they can pay on account, but domestic animals, no, you got to pay full service and when service is rendered. And like I said, I understand why they did that because people weren't paying their bill, they were losing money, and I understand that. But you also, because you're in a small community, you have to. Well, you don't have to. Obviously, they don't have to do anything, but it's just good business in a small community that there are some people you can trust that they're gonna be responsible and pay off their bill. Not here. Now, I know some of the people that work there, they're no longer working there, and I'd inquired about this, and they said, yes, indeed, there were some people who still were able to do that. And I'm not calling that nepotism or anything. I'm just saying that the staff turnover has been. I think maybe there's 1, maybe 2 people um, that still work there that are old school, if you will. But anyway, I thought my experience, and even Atlas was picking up. He was just shivering like crazy. Um, he was very anxious, and I think he was just feeding off of what I was feeling, and it was pretty interesting. Um, and that's why, because of our economics and our inflation today, and our limited disposable income, we no longer can just take our animals down and get them the vaccinations and shots and preventative maintenance like we used to, because we have to come up with that money up front after the service is rendered, instead of paying on time to ease that financial burden. And we no longer can do that. So as a consequence, our pets don't get all the treatments that we used to keep on an annual basis. That's pretty sad, but it is what it is, and a lot of it has to do with inflation. I mean, everything is just absolutely expensive. For the same tablets to go up $40 for the same amount of quantity of prescription, no, that hurts. That hurts a lot of people. I mean, I don't know. If you have unlimited disposable income, it doesn't bother you. But for us folks who don't anymore, yeah, it's a big burden financially. Anyway, well, I better get in here in Walmart and get the ingredients I need to make this dish. All right, talk to y'all later. That's just what was rambling around on my brain. And oh, yeah. So it just seemed like this vet. She was. I got the impression that she's trying to upsell me these treatments to Atlas, and I'm like, not unless you're giving it to me, sweet pea. If you're giving it for free, yeah, we'll do it. But no, you ain't gonna upsell me. I've been in business. I know what that's all about. It ain't gonna happen. All right. Well, you guys have a good day, and thanks for listening. And and make it through the day the best you can. Be kind to one another. All right. See you. Oftentimes going to Walmart can be exhausting. Okay, so I'm making a Tuscany chicken dish, and I needed 2 items. Well, I needed of many items. I needed 2 that I couldn't find, and I needed sun-dried tomatoes and minced garlic. So I usually bust up my garlic, but I decided I was going to just get just a small jar of, small thing of minced garlic. Couldn't find it. And the employees in the aisles that are putting things away, taking inventory, whatever they're doing, they will not lock eyes with you, because they know if I lock eyes with this person, they're going to ask me something, which would have been true in my case. But no, they ain't going to lock eyes with you. So I couldn't find those 2 ingredients. So I go down to customer service and ask that gal. Fortunately, they were both on the same aisle. I said, I'm looking for sun-dried tomatoes. She says, well, we got sun-ripe dried tomatoes. I said they just added another word because it sounded cooler. Sun-ripe. Well, sun-dried tomatoes is sun-ripe. dried tomatoes. Anyway, so I got them. They're on A15 for anyone here in town that's looking for a little jar of minced garlic and sun-dried tomatoes. Aisle 15 on the left side, heading east. Yeah. So I get those, and I go, oh, I need to get some crock pot bags. Well, I'm thinking, all right, where would they put the crock pot bags? So I go to the crock pots. They sell crock pots. Now they have all kinds of dishes and things for microwaves, but not for not crock pot liners. And I'm thinking, okay, well, I bring up the phone, Walmart.com. Well, for some reason, it's like it thinks I'm in Alabama or something like that. So I say, okay, let me just, change this location. Oh, you want to put in an address? Oh, well, we want your name, your email, your phone number, your birth date, I'm like, oh, hello. Even though it's already out there being sold to every foreign national there is out there to make a buck. So I said, okay, I'm going to take a chance. So I go where the tinfoil is. I couldn't even find sandwich bags. So I go where the tinfoil is, and lo and behold, crock pot liners. That was the last item that I needed on my shopping to do. And I felt like I won the Tour de France bicycle race. I'm all jolly and everything. Yay! I found everything that I needed, and I've survived to tell you about it. How stupid. Anyway, what I found so funny is that I saw many employees, but they would not lock eyes on you. They're not like, hey, is there something you're looking for? Maybe I can help you find it, or anything like that. Not a chance. I'm like, oh man, it's just pathetic. But anyway, it is what it is. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you that. Yeah, Walmart. I survived it. I got the ingredients I need to make the Tuscany chicken. All right. Well, have a good day. Be kind to one another. Love you. Bye. Oh, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my old age or what. But yeah, if I get even the slightest sense that a retailer, or basically a retailer, if I get the slightst hint that they're just like, I don't want to be here, I don't want to deal with anybody, I respond very short, very direct, this is what I want, make it happen, here's my money, transaction finished, I'm out of there. And that's not like who I am. I mean, I'm the kind of person that will stop and I will visit, I'll converse, even if it's for a short period. But my response is always based on what I get from you, your energy. And if your energy is not, I don't want to deal with anybody, then I respond in kind. It's really weird, but that's what I do. I'm the kind of person that I will be, I'll be very cordial. I'll be very friendly. And I'm not saying I'm ugly or anything or snarky. It's just that my interaction is extremely compressed. And uh, that's just kind of how I am. And I think it's getting more and more prevalent to do that. And I went into the Backy shop. I went in the Backy shop, and the gal in there. Now I talk with all the people that are in there. I mean, again, I don't dominate their time. I mean, they got a job to do, and I get it. I understand that, but I'm very, friendly, and I'm very, just friendly. Basically, I'm just friendly, and but boy, I tell you what, and it's like in Walmart too. As I was telling you earlier, it's like, what the heck? What's going on? Why do these people like this? And I don't understand it. And I don't like to be that way, but it is what it is, and it's really disheartening. I mean, I walked out of the Backy store and I got the reflecting back on Walmart, and how my perception. Now, I'm not saying this is reality, but my perception was these people don't want to engage whatsoever, and that just floors me. I'd always been taught, when you do a job, you do it well. That's basically it. You do it, you do it to the best of your ability. It's a transaction. And when you bring that energy with you, then it's people read that stuff. I read it very easily, and I can't get this bag open. There we go. I read it very easily, and I respond very easily too. Again, I'm not saying I respond ugly. I'm not saying that I'm going to rip on you. I'm not going to do that. But I definitely don't offer any more than what's necessary to complete the transaction. And when I say transaction, whatever it is that I need from you, it's very short, sweet, to the point, and I'm done. Because the energy that you give off is, and the thing is I seem to notice that a lot more. And like I said, it's probably because I'm getting older and I'm being more observant. And, I don't know. But if I'm greeted with a smile and an energy that is welcoming, man, you got me. I'm hooked. Bring me in. I'll be the sweetest guy there is. But if I get the hint of energy that, what do you want? I can't. I don't want to be inconvenienced. Man, I've got a short interaction with you, just enough to get the transaction done, and I'm out of there. And that's sad, because I'm the outgoing person in the house, and I enjoy talking with people. But just like at Walmart, I've gone down the same aisle a few times looking for an item. Two guys in there in that aisle wouldn't even connect. Wouldn't even, hey, something I can help you find. Yeah, Yeah, that would be great. Thanks. Not even. Had to go to customer service, wait in line, and then ask the gal, of which she pulls out her cell phone. And I'm like, what? What is up with that? Anyway, got what I needed. Now I'm going to make Tucson. It's not Tuscany chicken, it's Tucson chicken. Tuscany, Tucson, who cares? Starts with a T. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. All right. See ya. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just getting crotchety in my old age. But maybe I'm easily triggered. Ooh, my feelers are sensitive. I don't think that's really it. I have a pretty tough skin. I think I've just grown to the point where it's I ain't gonna put up with the crap. I ain't gonna put up with your attitude. I've had many days in my career where I just like, I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to be here. I just want to go home. So I understand. I get it. I understand that. But I had never really worked in retail. I always worked for corporations, governments, except for my own business. There was retail involved there. But I owned the business. If I was getting flack from you, I'd show you the door, because there ain't anybody gonna fire me. I might lose your business, but I'm not gonna put up with the toot either. Anyway, maybe it's just that I'm just a little more sensitive to people who present themselves of I don't really care. It's just doesn't work for me. Life's too short, and we only have today. Make the best out of today. That's all I got to say. Hey, that rhymed. Cool. Anyway, enough of the rant, the rambling around in my brain. I got the Tucson chicken cooking. Karen came home and she's like, "What are we having for supper?" I told her, and she just like, "That sounds yummy." Anyway, I didn't make it exactly to the recipe, measurement for measurement, because we're a garlic people. So, 2 teaspoons of garlic. I'm like, yeah, not in this family. Dip, dip, dip. There we go. One thing I don't have in the house, cornstarch. I don't have cornstarch. I understand what the ingredients call for cornstarch to kind of thicken things up. I get it. Well, I ain't got none. And this is the second time that I've come across where I needed cornstarch, didn't have it. And I says, I'll fix that problem. So I better get on the internet and figure out where cornstarch is in Walmart. Or maybe I'll go to the little red store. They're more hometown-towny kind of flavor. And, it's a local business. And I'm all about supporting local business. Anyway, here I go. I'm sitting down here in the lab with the babies. You can see they're slugged behind me, or at least one of them. And then Sophie's back there in the back there. So have yourself a great day again, and make this Wednesday as if it's your last Wednesday. Make the best of it. All right. Ciao.